For Pope Benedict, I was up there on the colonnade there. If you're looking here on the footage here, you can see here on the left side there on that colonnade there where the statues are, on top of the Charlemagne wing of the colonnade. I was up there and able to just view from that position where all the photographers, videographers were, or most of them anyway, accredited, to see him come out and greet the crowds and give his blessing. And I remember, this is a strange thing, but after that event, going back into the Vatican and running into Cardinal Jorge Bergoglio.
Oh my gosh.
This is long after the, probably about an hour after the blessing was given, and the end of the, and I remember it distinctly because I knew the faces of all the cardinals, and so it was a...
Little did you know.
Little did I know. Little did I know. And then when there we see some of the cardinals there, there's Cardinal, I think that's Cardinal World, and we see, and then...
Cantamessa,
and then
O'Malley.
The cardinal non-electors.
Yeah, exactly. They're over 80,
and
so
there's
they're non-electors.
Sister Petrina,
yes,
the head of the Governatorato now.
And that's Archbishop Fisichella as well, I think.
And we see the Secretary of the Dicastery for Communication, Monsignor Lucio Luis, as well. Anyway.
Well, and so that is, was it? I mean, obviously it's very different being inside here. But the excitement is still pretty much the same, being on the braccio, the colonnade, and being
very
here.
much so, because you're seeing things up close, and not only into the bells I was mentioning earlier that you hear very clearly and loudly, but then seeing from a unique angle, almost at below the level of the central loggia, but higher up from down in the square. In 2013, then I remember I was down the street on the Conciliazione looking out the window at the crowds on Via della Conciliazione, and I could see the central loggia from which Pope Francis appeared then in 2013. So that was my other experience, per se, and a unique one at that. And now here in our studio here, right close to the action there.
Exactly.
It's a third privileged experience. Again, what's really... you really feel is the excitement of it, and the joy of having a new pope, but then also the expectation. Who's it going to be?
Right.
And I remember with Pope Benedict, it was a bit, the weather was a bit cloudy and cool then. I mean, this is a day of just brilliant sunshine, mild temps. Of course, we're in May, and so things warm up here quite a bit and pretty quickly.
When Pope Francis was elected, I was helping out at an English-speaking parish in Geneva, in addition to my other work. And the pastor had asked me to give a talk to the parents of the First Communion children. And we got the news just as I was ready to start the talk. So I knew tonight I'm not going to get anything else done with this.
Wow, so you've gotten the announcement in different places all around the world.
Yes.
No, that's amazing. And every time just a tad different.
And we have joining us Father Paul Samasumo, who's from Zambia, and he's head of the English Africa section here at Vatican News and the Dicastery for Communication. Father Samasumo, good to have you here. Many of our listeners who listen to the liturgies will recognize your voice as well as you do the commentaries for the papal events. How's this experience for you?
Thanks, TJ. Actually, I've been here all day. And then I went outside to meet someone, and you won't believe I got blocked. I could hardly come in. I've been trying to come back for the last 10 minutes, but fortunately the security forces allowed me when I showed my badge. And, people are just running into the square. It's amazing. It's my first conclave. I've never... I came in just after Pope Francis had been elected.
So this is quite an experience for you.
It is an experience for me as well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Even just the moments leading up to this experience. I live in a house where some of the cardinals also were staying before they moved to Santa Marta. Of course, they had their own little tables, and sometimes we'll just provoke them. They had shown secrecy, of course, confidentiality, but it was so wonderful, and the dedication of them going to the congregations, the meetings, and even the non-electors, some of them live there permanently in our house. And we have some of the staff who have been helping. They had to also do the swearing in, so that they would be. Some of them couldn't go because they're small children and they wanted to stay next to their children. So it has been a great experience, even from that point of view.
Well, and also, since you're from Zambia, how do you think people in Africa, the African continent, are taking this moment? I mean, we have viewers, listeners from all around the world, but your experience in watching the conclave and being prepared for this Abemos Papa moment, like, what do you think is the atmosphere, the environment of people watching in Africa?
It's a